Mississippi lived a family of devil hunters. The father, John, and the son, David, had been in the business for many years. They were experienced hunters, and they had a reputation for always accomplishing their goal. One day, John and David received information about an ancient demon that was lurking in an abandoned town in the state of Louisiana. The demon was very powerful, and it had been terrorizing the locals for a long time. John and David decided to travel to Louisiana to find and destroy the demon. They took all the necessary equipment with them, including weapons, holy water, and amulets. When they arrived in the town, they found that it was completely abandoned. The streets were empty, the houses were destroyed, and there was an odor of death in the air. John and David began to explore the town. They soon discovered that the demon dwelt in an old church. The church was surrounded by a cemetery where the demon's victims were buried. The church. It was dark and gloomy inside. They heard strange noises, and they felt that someone was watching them. They finally reached the altar. In the center of the altar was a large circle drawn in red paint. In the center of the circle was the symbol of a demon. John and David knew that this was the moment of truth. They had to destroy the demon or it would destroy them. John began to recite prayers and David pointed a weapon at the demon. The demon began to manifest, and its appearance was horrible. It was huge and black, and it had sharp claws and teeth. The demon attacked John and David. They fought him, but he was too strong. It wounded John, and David was forced to save his father. David lunged at the demon and started shooting at it. He wounded the demon, but the demon was not defeated. He lifted David into the air and threw him to the floor. Injury got up and ran over to David. He took holy water out of his pocket and began to splash it on the demon. The holy water burned the demon and it screamed in pain. He let go of David and ran toward the exit of the church. John and David pursued the demon. They caught up with him in the cemetery and surrounded him. The father began to recite prayers. The son pointed a gun at the demon. The demon was surrounded by holy water. The father struck the demon with a cross, and the demon disappeared. John and David defeated the demon. They returned home and they were heroes. Victory over the demon was a triumph of good over evil. It brought peace and tranquility to an abandoned town. John and David were heroes. Their story was told in all the newspapers and magazines. They were honored by the government for their exploits. However, defeating the demon was not easy. John was badly injured, and he could no longer do any more devil hunting. David took over his father's business, and he became one of the most famous devil hunters in the world. John and David's story became a legend. It inspired people to fight evil and protect the world.